sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
It's not gonna happen, and Daniel McMillan,
Pennsylvania native, kept here winning here at Pocono.
Third win of the season, and win the championship.
Ryan Benjamin with the last lap pass.
And he is going to score the victory in the Minute Maid 300.
Salmon Oskin, third win of the season.
He's gonna get it and only leads 3 laps today.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 28 in season number 9 of the NOFSRL Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway for the AAA Missouri 600K. Gonna be a 60-lap race around this 1.25 mile speedway in Madison, Illinois. And this is the first time the Chick-fil-A Cup Series has been here since season number 4, all the way back in early 2016. A lot has happened since the last time the series has come here, and I mean a lot. But we're going to put all that aside, because we got ourselves a championship battle, and this race is going to play into who gets this championship 2 weeks from now from Darlington. Joined alongside Trey Wright, owner of American Motorsports. Nathan Baird comes in with a 22-point lead, but Nathan Baird is the highest qualifier in the chase field of this event here tonight. How do you think he's going to manage this points lead heading into Daytona next weekend?
I think he's definitely going to have to worry about Daytona going to next weekend. But here, I mean, Gateway, it's a very finicky track. We're going to have 2 egg-shaped tracks this season, with this and then Darlington being the season finale. But definitely a very interesting flat sort of track. The turns 1 and 2 are completely different from turns 3 and 4. But I think he is in a good starting position, starting P6 right there in row 3 on the COVID-19 Relief 16 Ford Mustang. So I think if he just runs a clean race, his pit crew does really well on pit road, I think he's still going to come out of this with the points lead. But anything can happen here. We're getting into the nitty-gritty end of the season.
We definitely are, and of course, with Daytona being the penultimate race of the season, Nathan Baird definitely wants to capitalize on this good qualifying run. However, he starts in the outside lane, not necessarily the best place to start here at Gateway. But we'll have to see. It is a long race, even though it's only 60 laps. It'll take a while for us to get to the finish of this race because the lap times here are longer than most mile-and-a-half racetracks. So, should be interesting to see how that plays out here. It should be a one-stop race today. So, the pit crew will come into effect a little bit past halfway here tonight at Gateway. This is how they line up in the championship standings after 27 races, 7 races in the chase, only 3 races until we crown a champion. Nathan Baird looking to go 2 in a row for the championship here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. 2,210 points towards the championship for him. Alex Inero, who starts 36th here tonight, 22 points behind. Ryan Durrani starts 21st tonight. He's 23 points behind. Silas Orta deep in the field to start here tonight as well. He will be 25 points behind coming into tonight's event. Salmon Oskin, 43 points behind. Shane Lake, who starts 11th, is 46 points behind. He won last week at Watkins Glen for his 4th win of the season. Jesse Turner, 52 points behind. Mark Davidson, 53 points behind. Here, Joe Larvin Alonso, 54 points behind. Then Fisher G, 80 points behind. Reagan Whitlock, 115 points behind coming into the 28th race of the season. Daniel Voiles in the number 55 won the pole position last night. Uncharted driver once again with the fastest time in qualifying. And alongside him, in only his 2nd start in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Chase Harris starting on the outside pole. It's Dale Lightning, number 38 machine, alongside Nathan Stapleton in row number 2. Sebastian Kukulon, who is yet to get a top 5 this season. Actually, same thing goes for Dale Lightning in the 38. They both start inside the top 5 here tonight. Nathan Baird alongside him, their highest chase driver starting in the field. Zachary Fitzwater and Patrick Smith make up row 4. And Trey Bartow, only 3 races remain in his Chick-fil-A Cup Series career. Going to start alongside Gatlin Downey. There's Shane Lake in the 15. There is Mark Davidson in the number 95. Other chase drivers in the field, a little bit deeper in the field, Ryan Durrani, Joe Larvin Alonso, Jesse Turner, the number 83 of Salmon Oskin, Reagan Whitlock, the number 3 of Silas Orta, Alexander Rowe, and then Fisher G at the back of the field. A lot of chase drivers starting on the outside lane. Quickly, who do you think is going to go to victory lane here tonight in the AAA Missouri 600K?
I think that since this track is kind of oriented more towards the Indy cars, I think Chase Harris has been lighting it up on the Haas IndyCar circuit, is going to end up in victory lane tonight.
We'll have to see. He starts on the outside pole on the second starting position alongside Daniel Voiles. We'll have to see who gets it done here tonight at Gateway. First time we've been here since 2016. It's going to be 60 laps of fast action here at Gateway. Only 3 races remain. How will it all unfold here? The World Wide Technology Raceway. It is intense up front here at Gateway for the first lap of action here tonight. It'll be Daniel Voiles with the bonus point towards the championship, even though he's an uncharted driver. Does still get awarded that point regardless. And watching out there for Nathan Baird, who's about to slip up the racetrack again. Shane Lake in the 15, looking to become the highest chase driver in the field. A little antsy in the back there between Eli Bright and Thomas Troxel. But Daniel Voiles holding on to the race lead here on lap 2 of 60. But here comes Dale Lightning, who has 3 top 10s and 0 top 5s on the season. A huge opportunity for him to get his first win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series here tonight.
It definitely is, and I was paying attention a lot to Nathan Stapleton on that start. You're seeing turns 1 and 2 definitely overdriving the outside of the corner, so that is really easy to do, especially if you're on that outside lane. He is outside the top 10 already from that 8th starting position, if I believe so.
Yeah, he's really falling back right there. Number 97 stuck on that 3rd line on the outside. The 3rd line has 0 grip, regardless of what time it is in the race. John Arndt getting a run to the inside of him right there. John Arndt won his 21st. The last time he actually won an Appafan was here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series last year, so he might work out to a good run here tonight. He's won here before, and a few of these guys have run here before in a Cup car, and John Arndt is one of those guys, but I don't think any of the guys except for Zachary Fitzwater or Trey Bartow inside the top 5 have run here before in a Cup car, so watch out for Fitzy and Bartow in this race, and watch out for Shane Lake. You can never count him out. If Shane Lake is behind you on the racetrack, watch out. It might not end too well for you. Just look what happened last weekend. Look at Fitzwater, almost looking 3 wide to the inside of Dale Lightning and Chase Harris. He'll grab a position there on Harris, but Dale Lightning still all over the back bumper of Daniel Voiles for this race lead, as it has single-filed out through a majority of the top 10. Very interesting racing going on right now here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Gateway. Zachary Fitzwater going to go ahead and take 3rd away from Chase Harris. Here comes Trey Bartow in the 4, who's going to keep Shane Lake behind him. But Nathan Baird, he started in the 6th position, currently in 7th. I think it worked out pretty well for him right there. And a strong run here tonight, especially if he finishes ahead of Alexander Rowe, Ryan Durrani, and Salas Orta, is going to give him a huge shot at the championship next weekend at the Daytona International Speedway. And for the race lead, Dale Lightning with the run to the inside of Daniel Voiles. Dale Lightning out front here at the World Wide Technology Raceway.
I say this all the time in my series. It's not an NOFSRL sanctioned race unless we miss the pass for the lead. Dale Lightning looking to get his first win of the season, his first top 5 of the season, but he's got to hold off all these guys. And still, we're only a 10th of the way through this race here at Gateway, so it's still a long way to go for the driver of that number 38.
Definitely is. It's going to be a long race here tonight. Only lap 7 of 60, and when the tires start to wear out, the lap times will get a little bit longer as the night goes along. Trey Bartow looking to the outside of Chase Harrison. Here comes Shane Lake looking to the inside of Trey Bartow for position. Bartow trying to work the outside lane on Chase Harris. Chase Harris trying to work Daniel Voiles as Dale Lightning and Zachary Fitzwater have pulled away from the field. It's kind of interesting. Both Lightning and Fitzwater have had rather tough seasons, I would say at the least. Of course, Fitzwater's 24th in points, so it hasn't actually been that bad for Fitzwater. But it has been a long time since he's won a race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But as for Dale Lightning, he comes in 36 in points, and like I mentioned, only 3 top 10s on the year in 27 races. Shane Lake has 4 wins. So You can definitely imagine just how rough of a season it's been for Dale Lightning, but a huge opportunity for him here in your ride, number 38 machine here. And if I'm not mistaken, Alonso's the only guy who's won for your team this year. As we got another pass, Shane Lake is coming up to fourth. Yellow on the racetrack and around. Gatlin Downey in the number 22 and our first caution of the night here in the AAA Missouri 600K.
Just like that, as it looked like 24 is about to spin someone on the front straightaway, but it looks like Gatlin Downey just simply went around on the back straightaway, and indeed, Herjal Urban Alonso has been the only driver to win this season, but in two of the most dramatic ways, but still a couple of wins under my belt for American Motorsports. Of course, Matt Tuck, the meme lord himself, has 7 wins, so he's been racking them up as of late.
Yes, especially with that guy right there, who is currently running 4th. Shane Lake started in the 11th position all the way up to 4th here, and these guys are not going to come down the pit lane quite yet. The fuel window, and this is a rough estimate, going to be around 40 laps, going to be past halfway. These guys don't have a need to come down right yet. Looks like Cody Sill, and this is his home racetrack. Cody Sill looks like he's going to get caught up in this one with Gatlin Downey. And this is actually pretty big because both Gatlin Downey and Cody Sill are battling for the Best of the Rest championship, if you want to call it that way. Of course, the guys who missed the chase kind of battling for that 13th overall position in points. Mitchell Henderson's another guy in that battle, 5 points behind Downey, and then Cody Sill 7 points behind Downey coming in this race. Both Downey and Sill were involved in that one, so that was a very good moment for Mitchell Henderson in the 47, who is looking to become the 13th driver in points at the end of the season, which means he ran very well in the last 10 races of the season and was the best driver of the non-chasers. So we'll have to see if that happens for Mitchell Henderson later on in the season. But either way, let's go ahead and see what happened to Gatlin Downey to bring up the first caution of the night here in the AAA Missouri 600K at Gateway on lap number 9. Take a look and see what happened here. Cody Sill, number 37 machine, just got a little too high off of turn number 2. Brett Sear there in the 04 to his inside. Nowhere to go for Sear, and Downey was trying to make a pass on those guys and could not avoid them. Tristan Allen avoids this in the 06. Great to see that, but not necessarily great to see Gatlin Downey, who's 13th in the points coming into this race, get involved. And he had a close call here with the inside Armco right there. Thankfully, I do believe he avoided it. But my goodness, that was close.
Oh boy.
It's a good save, though, out of Gatlin Downey down the backstretch here at Gateway.
3 wide off the corner. Actually, you can see Cody Sill hit the outside wall, and then just a chain reaction incident. Sill, this could have been much worse if they stayed on the racetrack. Downey nearly hitting that inside wall, so good save out of that driver of that number 22 Kroger Toyota. But still, he was losing a lot of positions, and now he's gonna have, unfortunately, a flat spot of those tires, so gonna lose a lot more positions. But still, pretty minor accident here to start off this race here on lap number 9. Dale Lightning to the lead here at Gateway.
Well, let's go ahead and see how he got the race lead, because we missed that when it occurred on the racetrack around lap number 6. This was lap number 5, and Daniel Voiles went way up the racetrack there on turn number 4, and Dale Lightning went right by him for the race lead. So you guys saw that in the corner of your screen, of course, when it occurred. But just wanted to check on it right there and see how it all went down. Let's go and get to the restart. Dale Lightning, a race leader. Nobody's made a pit stop yet except for Cody Sill. Let's see what Dale Lightning, all these guys can do on the restart here at the AAA Missouri 600K at Gateway. We're back here at the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway. AAA Missouri 600K action here on this Friday night. And coming next week, it is the Daytona weekend, the Valvoline 400 weekend, and it's a huge weekend. We got ourselves the Fresh from Florida 250 in the Turkey Hill Series, the Featherlight Trailers 250 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, their opening race. We had sign-ups less than an hour ago close up. Huge thanks to everyone who signed up. We'll be splitting that series over the fall with Matt Tuck. And then, of course, next Friday night, it is one of the crown jewel events of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, the Valvoline 400 from Daytona, the penultimate race of the season. But back to Gateway. Got Dale Lightning leading the field here on lap number 12 of 60. Alongside is Zachary Fitzwater. You got Daniel Voiles, our pole sitter, restarting in third. Highest chase driver in the field is Shane Lake. Then it's Chase Harris, Trey Bartow, points leader Nathan Baird, Daniel McMillan, Brad Stover, Nathan Faden. The top 10. Everybody is still on the lead lap here at Gateway, including Cody Sill and Gatlin Downey, who were involved in the incident. Back to racing lap 13 of 60 here at Gateway. It's Dale Lightning leading us to the green flag. And we got a lot of movement in the back of the field. Patrick Smith, John Art to the inside of Nathan Faden, and Brad Stover, who's had a very tough season, to the inside of Daniel McMillan. Still single file throughout the top 5 here at Gateway, but a good battle right there as Stover will take the position away from the 79.
I really thought that Art was going to try and shoot the gap there between a couple of those guys, the 30 and the 79, if I'm not mistaken. But a really good jump for pretty much all of these guys. You see Harris is still stuck on the outside and to battle for the race lead.
And another yellow on the racetrack. And this time, Andrew Miller and Cameron Garlington got involved, and Alonso in the 28 with heavy damage. And someone got loose off of turn 2, I do believe, and another caution, quick caution here at World Wide Technology Raceway. And that's a lifesaver right there for Dale Lightning, who had Zachary Fitzwater rolling right to his inside. And a tough chase gone worse for Herja Larvin Alonso. Started off so well with the race victory in the first race at Nashville. But since then, it has been one dismal finish after another. And he came in sitting 9th in the points. Maybe a little bit lower than that, heading into Daytona next weekend. Tough break for him right there. He should still be able to continue, but with that damage on the hood, it's going to be difficult for him to have a good run here tonight.
Definitely isn't. I will say I thought for a second that I did see some contact off of turn 2, but it's not just say anything, and then that obviously happens. So at the very end, Cameron Garlington, another going to be another tough finish with a damaged 34 car for that team. This has been a very tough break for that team this season. Cody Sill,
Cody Sill might have just been off the pace there, which could have been the cause of the accident. We're just going to have to see. No one came down the pit lane with the exception of the guys involved in the accident. So let's go ahead and see what happens to bring out the second caution of the night here at Gateway in the AAA Missouri 600K. Oh, very, very interesting situation right here. Silas Orta in the 3 essentially just takes out Thomas Troxel in turn number 2. Orta avoids any damage from this accident, but he does lose a position right there to Jesse Turner. Alonso nowhere to go. Same with Andrew Miller, Cameron Garlington, Whitlock with damage, and then Cody Sill, who was already at the back of the field. Got a bit of damage, but nothing added to the number 37 right there. Very interesting situation right there off of turn number 2. Tough break there, though, for Thomas Troxel. Let's go big or go home for Troxel this season. 3 wins on the year, but he's torn up a lot of race cars, and sometimes it's not even his fault, as was the case with that incident right there on lap number 13.
Long here once again, an incident coming off of turn 2. Orta just kind of getting right into the back of the 35, turning him around. Nowhere for Alonso to go, and then fortunately there were a couple of chase drivers caught up in that. But like you said, Napa fan, it's kind of like a Cale Yarborough type season for 35 trucks. So either he wins with the car or he wrecks trying so. And once again, another torn up race car for that 35 team. And like you said right before this caution came out, Fitzy was hard charging that 38 coming into turn 2, and thankfully the caution came out right in the nick of time. So Dale Lightning is still going to be your leader on the restart here at Gateway.
And we are back here at the Gateway International Raceway. Like I said, the old name for this racetrack. Gonna restart here in lap number 18 of 60. We had one green flag lap right there before Thomas Troxel got dumped off of turn number 2. Andrew Miller going to be out of the race. Reagan went like a lap down, but everybody else will still be on the lead lap coming to the green flag. Dale Lightning still leads. Zachary Fitzwater, Daniel Voyle, Shane Lake, Chase Harris, Trey Bartow, Nathan Baird, Brad Stover, Daniel McMillan, and Patrick Smith. That's the top 10 coming to the restart. And see where some other chase drivers are in the field right now. Not many up front for this race at all. Fisher G, who started 41st, is now 20th. And Alexander Rose rebounded nicely. And this could be big if Rowe can finish ahead of Nathan Baird heading into Daytona. Rowe could head into Darlington the points here. Very possible. Sam and Austin right behind him there. Those guys just outside the top 20. At least for Rowe and G, they have rebounded very well in this race. Silas Orta, who spun Troxel around down in 33rd. And Ryan Arani in the 68 is 31st right now. So all those guys chasing Nathan Baird in the points, who are right there in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Not having the best of nights, but Alex Rowe is gaining on him on the racetrack. We'll have to see how it all goes down. The great jump for Dale Lightning. Shane Lake and Daniel Voiles right on each other, but pretty much single file throughout the whole top 10. And hopefully this time we get through turn 2, and we will. So we remain green here at Gateway. Dale Lightning, Zachary Fitzwater, Daniel Voiles. Here comes Chase Harris. It's like you said. Now, the IndyCar Series is going to be here next weekend, and originally they were going to be here this weekend, but COVID happened. So we'll have to see what Chase Harris does tomorrow at Canadian Tire in the Haas IndyCar Series, but maybe getting a bit of an advantage here. Of course, a lot of these guys are going to be in that IndyCar race next Saturday night, but Chase Harris definitely looking to figure this place out, maybe get an advantage in the points, because the past few weeks it's been a little rough for him over there in the IndyCar Series, but either way, it's been a little rough for Dale Lightning this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, looking to get his first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory. Zachary Fitzwater looking for his 10th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory here tonight at Gateway.
Definitely, and those guys have definitely pulled away from the 55 Voiles and Shane Lake and company just a little bit. Shane Lake currently the highest chase driver, so he is still looking at the point standings right now. He's currently 6th in points, but like with the amount of wins he's gotten in the chase, he won at Watkins Glen last week, so I think he's going to try and carry this momentum into the next couple of races. He is right outside the podium positions, trying to get around Daniel Voiles at this point, but Lightning and Fitzy continue to be the class of the field here at Gateway, a third of the way through this Gateway race.
Yeah, here comes Shane Lake for a third, now on the inside of Daniel Voiles. And Nathan Barrett is right behind him, but Shane Lake, the way things are currently running at this very moment, with the 42 points behind Nathan Barrett heading into Daytona. And if he finishes ahead of him at Daytona, he'll have a shot at the championship at Gateway. But Nathan Barrett, with that great qualifying effort he had last night, that is going to really help him out in this race. It has helped him out in this race, but you got to keep in mind, too, we will still have a cycle of pit stops. That could shake the whole entire field up here at Gateway. And it could definitely put a hindrance to Nathan Barrett's success so far in this race. He's run top 10 the entire night, and he's going to gain another position right there on the number 55 machine of Daniel Voiles, who continues to slip up there in the Trans-Tasman Uncharted ride. There goes Daniel McMillan to the inside. Daniel and Daniel alongside each other right there. And McMillan looking to get a run, will not be able to do so for the time being. But the top two have pulled away. Dale Lightning, Zachary Fitzwater, 1-2 here at Gateway. Third place, Shane Lake, about 1.5 seconds off. Then it's Chase Harris, Trey Bartow, and Nathan Baird in the 6th position here, looking to extend his points lead heading into Daytona next weekend.
Much the entire field is running single file at this point. Got a couple of guys. Ooh, Ace Garcia really wide off the corner. Still can't count out some sort of stupid incident here happening in the back, especially with all these damaged cars. We'll see Alexander Rose definitely falling back, so that is not helping his crusade trying to get past the 16 of Baird in the points. He's going to go 3 wide underneath the 83 of Ozkin and over the 88 of, trying to think,
Diego Yepes there on the
yes,
inside.
Yepes, one of my former drivers.
A lot of these guys who are really up there in the points are deep in the field, with the exception of Nathan Baird. Of course, Alexander Rowe just fell to the 31st position. Silas Orta deep in the field, 35th. And then Ryan Durrani's fallen like a rock in this race. He started 21st, now down to the 38th position. So it's not working out too well for a lot of those guys. However, Shane Lake may end up leaving this race second in the points, 43 points behind. So we'll just have to see if that ends up being the case for Shane Lake. The way things are currently running, though, that's how it's going to look heading into the Valvoline 400 next weekend. But Nathan Baird could have an issue, Shane Lake could have an issue, and we never know. We saw what Alexander Rowe did last weekend at Watkins Glen. He rallied through the field after the cycle of pit stops to finish 7th. He's back on the inside looking to gain some more ground. It's easy to gain a lot of positions in the back of the field with those guys getting stuck on the outside lane. And it does appear that Rowe is going to gain a couple of positions right there and move back up to 28th. So we're just going to have to see how it all goes down for him. Silas sort of not too far behind, but Durrani's kind of lost touch with the rest of the field so far in this one. So it looks like Durrani's crusade towards the championship may end here tonight. Just going to have to see how it all goes down once we finish this race up. We're closing in on halfway here in the AAA Missouri 600K. Dale Lightning has been the dominant guy in this race after he took the race lead away from Daniel Voiles. He has not looked back, but Zachary Fitzwater has not fallen back either. as he's about a half second behind the 38 machine here on lap number 27 of 60.
And Shane Lake, I've been noticing his intervals between him and the 38 of Dale Lightning. Shane Lake is just again, he closed in another 0.06 of a second, so that 15 car of Shane Lake is coming for these guys. He's getting a nice tow off of that 9 of Fitzwater down the straightaways. So we could see a 3-car battle for the race lead here, closing in on the cross flags here at Gateway.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get interesting as this race goes along. There's Matt Dallio. I don't think Dallio wants Shane Lake to win this race. Dallio was the leader heading into the final turn at Watkins Glen last weekend. Overshot turn number 11. And guess who was second? It was Shane Lake in the number 15. And guess who's third right now? And guess who might be about to be second? Shane Lake in the 15. Looking to close in here on Zachary Fitzwater. One thing about this racetrack, when the tire wear gets a little significant here, these guys tend to stay in their respective positions. Doesn't mean that passing is impossible. It can definitely happen, especially if a guy makes a mistake. But this is not one of those places where they swap positions frequently, so track position really comes into effect, especially this late into a tire run.
It definitely does, and Lake actually lost a little bit of time there that lap. He's still losing time, so he is, I think he used up his stuff trying to get to the third position, so I think he's just going to try and limp it to the end of this tire run. That's going to allow Lightning and Fitzwater to pull away from Lake just a little bit here. But
Chase Harris to the inside of Shane Lake. How about Chase Harris in this one? He had a run, but could not hold it on the inside right there, and Trey Bartow might get a run to the outside of Chase Harris. You can't count out Trey Bartow either. Had a solid night, or should I say a solid day going for him at Watkins Glen last week, but got caught up in that wreck with Fisher G, and that took him out of contention for the race win. Only 3 more races left before Bartow retires, and here he is top 5 at Gateway. We're going to have to watch out for him as this race goes along. We're going to have to watch out for Zachary Fitzwater. Will he keep the run off of turn 4 on Dale Lightning? He'll stay right behind him, but he closed right back in the back bumper of the 38 machine. As we're halfway through the AAA Missouri 600K, Zachary Fitzwater looking to take the lead away from Dale Lightning off of turn number 4. Trying to get that run, but he doesn't have enough of a run yet to peek to the inside. Meanwhile, back in here, Nathan Faden moving up through the field. Same with Matt Dallio. Faden going to go inside the top 10 as Dallio currently resides in the 9th position. McMillan's going to fall to 11th, but back to the race lead. There goes Zachary Fitzwater. He's going to try to get a run on Dale Lightning if he can hold the inside entering turn 1. It looks like he may take this away. It's going to be tight, but Fitzwater is still right there. Not able to get the run to the inside quite yet.
If he had a couple of feet over Dale Lightning, he definitely would have got the lead. It is really suicidal to try and retain the lead on the outside, especially through turns 1 and 2, that tight, heavy braking zone. But these guys battling those allowed not Tristan Allen, Shane Lake, two totally different people. Shane Lake to close back up at Fitzy again with another run over Dale Lightning. Not going to peek to the inside, going to still build up that run. This is going to get spicy here going in the next couple of laps between Fitzwater and Lightning. And Shane Lake is closing in on these guys, as well as Chase Harris.
Chase Harris, Trey Parzo, and points leader Nathan Baird. So this is really going to get interesting, especially if this thing stays green. We had green flag pit stops in last night's race, a bigger fuel cell for these guys here tonight. So the pit stops, I should say, going to be pretty soon, but they're not about the 30-lap fuel window that we had last night in the Turkey Hill Series race. Lightning able to pull away right there. You know, this is a track about hitting your marks, and if you hit your marks, you're going to be fast, but if you miss your marks, well, then the guy behind you might get an advantage, and that's kind of what's going on here between Lightning and Fitzwater. One guy hits his mark, the other guy doesn't, then it swaps the next lap around, so they close in and they pull away pretty much every single lap. It's difficult to get a run. Fitzwater came close a couple of times. The tire wear really coming into effect here right now here at Gateway, and these guys might want to wait until we get to that next cycle of pit stops. One guy who is moving his way through the field, though, is Matt Dallio to the inside of Daniel Voiles. That is for 7th. Other guys also moving their way through the field. Nathan Faden, Mitchell Henderson. And Henderson, like I mentioned earlier on, going for 13th in the points, which is the best of the non-chase drivers This is going to massively help his opportunity at being the best of the rest here in season number 9. Lightning continuing to pull away here, but this race is far from over at Gateway. There'll be 25 laps to go next time by, and I would imagine we'll probably be seeing the first cycle begin around lap 40, lap 42. That is an estimate, but these guys, tire wear's coming into play quite a bit at this point, and they are definitely looking for some fresh tires here soon.
They definitely are, and I think for Matt Dalio, I think he's kind of saved his stuff over the course of this run. He is the first car that is not within that 1.5 second blanket of the top 5 cars. So I think he's still kind of saved up some of his stuff. That's how he's been able to move up through these positions. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays out an extra couple of laps to probably try and catch a quick caution in that 75, but just have to wait and see what strategy he pulls. He's not in the chase, so he has nothing. He pretty much has nothing to lose, so why not go for it here, as we see a lot of chase drivers more towards in the back, including Alexander Rosa, Matt Oskin, and the 3 of Silas Orta not having good days.
No, and a lot of these guys are guys who are right up there on Nathan Baird in the points. Ryan Durrani as well. Durrani up here in the 68. And at this point, they're going to need a mistake out of Nathan Baird if they're going to stay in championship contention. They're not going to be completely eliminated. They're not going to be mathematically eliminated from the championship if they finish the way they're currently running, but it's going to be really hard, and this strong run of Nathan Baird is really going to go a long way heading into the Valvoline 400 next weekend. Nathan Baird's doing it again. Of course, it was 2 races left to go in the season when Nathan Baird clinched the championship last year. We're 2 races left to go after tonight, but it's a little bit tighter in the points this year than it was last year, but Nathan Baird still showing us all the championship driver that he is, and just having a great night in that number 16 machine for Baird Motorsports. Matt Dalio starting to pull away from these guys, but he's actually falling back from the top 6, and they've closed in on Reagan Whitlock lap machine there. They'll also probably close in... Gonna be close there on the 28 machine as Diego Pez comes down the pit lane. I believe the cycle is beginning here soon. There goes Zachary Fitzwater down the pit lane. Lightning's gonna stay out. But Fitzwater looking to get the advantage here on the 38, doing a bit of an undercut on the race leader Dale Lightning, trying to get those fresh tires and possibly gaining an advantage. Chase Harris also down the pit lane as well. Matt Dalio, unlike what you said, is going to come down here on the early part of the cycle. Mitchell Henderson, Patrick Smith, John Arnick, Quan Haslam, Eli Bright, Cody Sill, Christian Vargas in the 08, Brett Sears, Sebastian Kukulon, Mark Davidson here, Jalarvin Alonso. Dale Lightning going to come down this time. Same with Shane Lake. Bartow and Baird also down. Looks like Voil's going to stay out an extra lap in the 55.
Well, I believe he is running for the Uncharted Points Championship, if I'm not mistaken. If that's even a thing, going to try and lead a quick lap here over the 38, and he is. But back to the points discussion that you were saying about Nathan Baird getting a leg up over these guys. We still have Daytona. I mean, like, he could very well finish last at Daytona. He could very well be caught up in a large accident. I mean, so the thing with Daytona being the penultimate race, I mean, so much can go right and so much can go wrong for that team at the exact same time. It's just, it's going to be absolutely nuts next week, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. It's a short race as well, only 32 laps at Daytona, so not much time to work your way through the field in that one. We'll have to see what Nathan Baird does here on his pit stop. A little bit slow off the jack right there. He's going to lose a little bit of ground as Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. He's going to get a run here on Dale Lightning, no doubt about it. The big question is, will he be able to keep it? He will. Ethan Lewis is still out there in the number 6 machine. And I'm wondering if he's made his pit stop yet in the number 6. We'll have to see. Wait for this whole thing to cycle through. It almost appears that Fitzwater has the fresh tires on the number 6 machine. And at this point in time, it is Ethan Lewis, Thomas Troxel, Cameron Garlington, and Daniel Voiles. I think Voiles has just come down the pit lane. But Ethan Lewis, Thomas Troxel looking to put these guys a lap down and have a shot at the race victory. They're hoping for a quick caution, but I don't think it's going to happen. Zachary Fitzwater going to try to lap the 6 machine of Ethan Lewis here. Lewis still out there in the 6, but there goes Fitzwater going to take his lap back. Dale Lightning also going to do the same in the 38 machine.
He got held up there just a little bit, and this could very well be the race for the win. And I'm not sure about Lightning's chance. He does have 1 lap pressure tires in Fitzy, so I'm not sure if that's going to make a whole lot of a difference here at the Gateway Motorsports Parker. Here at Gateway World Wide Technology Raceway, let's go with that.
Yeah, it's got 20 different names. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There goes Ethan Lewis down the pit lane. He's going to run out of fuel, essentially, at that point. And the 35 of Thomas Troxel was also still out there. Troxel was stuck on the outside, and Troxel, in that heap of junk, is going to inherit the race lead. Cameron Garlington also still out there. Keep in mind, those guys did come down the pit lane when they had their accident. So they also took fuel during that time, so they can stretch it just a little bit more. But I do not believe they can stretch it the entire way. So we're going to see how that all shakes out for those guys. Nathan Barrett did lose a little bit of ground right there. Nothing too drastic, but at least compared to Shane Lake, he's going to lose some points on the 15 machine, and it could be Shane Lake who could be the closer here in this Chick-fil-A Cup Series Championship. Shane Lake currently is in the 7th position. Once this whole thing cycles through, once Troxel and Garlington come down, would imagine that he would be battling with Chase Harris for the 3rd position. But Zachary Fitzwater won the race off of all those guys who have made their pit stops. We're just waiting for Garlington and Troxel. There's Ethan Lewis coming off the pit lane right here. And for Garlington and Troxel here, if a caution comes out, that is going to help them out tremendously. The big thing is, though, so many guys at this point are getting their laps back. And odds are Troxel and Garlington aren't going to be in a good enough position to win this race, even if the caution comes out. They got way too much damage to hold these guys off, especially considering that so many guys are getting back on the lead lap. But they are still out there as the race leaders, Thomas Troxel and Cameron Garlington. They will have to come down, though, before the end of the race, most likely. And Zachary Fitzwater, once they come down, will most likely inherit the race lead. Looking for his 10th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory. That would be huge. More than anyone else in this series. His last win came Phoenix in season number 7 back in 2018. And nearly 2 years later, he's had a solid night here at Gateway, looking for his 10th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory. We all know and love Fitzy. He's been around in this series for every single season, but the past couple of years have not been too kind to him here. We'll have to see if he can pull it off here at Gateway. Troxel and Garlington have come down. That will give way to Zachary Fitzwater taking the race lead here on lap 48 of 60 in the AAA Missouri 600K.
I think he's definitely in the catbird seat because he has got a heck of a lead over the 38 of Lightning, 1.83 second lead over the 38. Looking to see where everyone else cycles out to. Shane Lake back to 3rd, Chase Harris P4, and then Matt Dalio up to P5. Nathan Baird, like he said, he had a slow stop to not get off the jack easily, just barely hanging on to that 10th place spot over Patrick Smith. So he's gonna lose a little bit of time to the 15 of Shane Lake in the points.
But the good thing for him, though, is that a lot of the guys who were right on him in points have had issues tonight. Silas Orta, Alexander Rowe, and Ryan Durrani, who were those 3 guys right behind him in points, are 38th, 39th, and 40th. So at this point, essentially, all that Nathan Baird has to worry about may be Shane Lake. I don't know if that's the guy you want right behind you in points, but at this point, Shane Lake's the only guy who's gaining any sort of an advantage on Nathan Baird in the championship. But we'll say Nathan Baird's struggling out there. They were a little slow in the pit stop, and he has been slipping up just a little bit during this run after the cycle. Patrick Smith had a run to the inside of him, couldn't quite get it. But Fitzwater's out of here. Number 9, almost a 2-second lead here, coming to 10 laps to go at Gateway. Of course, you never know. Possibility of a caution's always there, and if someone makes a mistake, that could give way to Shane Lake or someone else behind Zachary Fitzwater, even Dale Lightning, to possibly take home this race victory. But if this thing stays green, which it has a very green flag look to it here for these final few laps. Zachary Fitzwater might cruise away to his 10th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory. He'll be the first ever driver to win double-digit races in this series. If he can pull it off here tonight, that would be something else. Here comes Shane Lake, number 15, looking to take second away from Dale Lightning.
And that is still a very big if. Like you said, like a caution is pretty unlikely. I've always said that pretty much every race that there has been a late race caution that has shaken things up like a snow globe is Shane Lake looking to get around the 38 of Lightning. I know this would definitely be a disappointing race for Lightning if he does not win, but he's still it's still going to be his first top 5 finish of the season, so definitely going to be the high water mark for that team nonetheless. But still, I had a really good shot in that Cookout 38. But going to come up just short, unfortunately, if this race still goes green.
Zachary Fitzwater definitely is going to take this one, but he may have to worry just a little bit. Shane Lake coming on the 15 to the inside of Dale Lightning for second. And, as we have seen this season, you do not want Shane Lake to be right behind you on the racetrack because, he's won a few races this season, 4 of them to be exact. Got his first win in Atlanta on fuel mileage, won the crazy race that was Dover. We all know Hillside. And then Watkins Glen last weekend, where he beat this guy, who's also flying right now. Matt Daly was actually at 1.4.5 seconds behind. He's now only 3 seconds behind, and he just got around Chase Harris right there. That number 75 is looking pretty fast. That seems to be one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. The big question is, does he have enough time to close in? Shane Lake lost quite a bit of time right there, getting around Dale Lightning, and Matt Dalio losing some time right here, trying to get around Chase Harris. All these guys just too far behind Zachary Fitzwater at this point, I think, to have a shot. It's going to take a caution right now if any of those guys are going to have an opportunity at the race victory here in the AAA Missouri 600K. But Zachary Fitzwater, obviously we all know who Fitzwater is. If you do enter 2003 offline and you don't know who Zachary Fitzwater is, you're probably not doing enter 2003 offline. That's all there is to it. He's been around for so long, especially in this series. He's been in every single season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And he's going for his 10th win in this series here on this Friday night in late August in Madison, Illinois. 6 laps to go. Will Shane Lake close in and get his 5th win of the season? Regardless, he's going to gain a little bit on Nathan Baird, and he will be within a race heading into the Valvoline 400 next weekend. Down the pit lane is Reagan Whitlock again, so he will get out of the way of our race leaders. But it's definitely going to be a very interesting battle. But Nathan Baird, with such a solid run here tonight, looking to possibly clinch this championship next weekend at Daytona, a race early like he did last year at Darlington, 2 races early. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next weekend. It's been a calm race here tonight for the most part, but it's been a good one, and Zachary Fitzwater definitely loving what he's seeing. Going to be 4 laps to go. Next time by here at Gateway for Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. Beast Racing looking for their first win of the season as well. This is going to be a huge win for Marty Johnson and that team.
Definitely is, and like you said, this race has been calm. Well, it's going to be the calm before the storm that is going to be Daytona, as Lightning is going to lose the final podium position to the 75 of Dalio right here. So Dalio looking to get he's looking to get P3 in that 75. Could possibly go for second over Lake, but that's exactly what Fitzy wants to be seen out of his rear view mirror. 47 of Mitchell Henderson dive bombing underneath Chase Harris in the 40. So he's going to try and go for fourth over 38 of Lightning. Punted him right there in turns 3 and 4 just a little bit. So Lightning rapidly losing positions, but 3 to go here for Fitzwater. A 2.5 second lead. I think it's pretty much curtains for anyone trying to catch up to Fitzy.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. He's got to get around Cameron Garlington right here, and hopefully he can make the transition pretty cleanly because he is pulling away from Shane Lake. Fitzwater definitely at this point has the fastest race car. And we'll have to see if he can get off and clear Garlington off the corner. Doesn't look like he will. That's going to slow him down just a little bit, but he will clear him down the straightaway. 2 laps to go for Zachary Fitzwater at Gateway. Dominating performance here for Fitzwater, and he made that transition work during the cycle of pit stops. Here's Matt Dalio. He wants a little revenge there on Shane Lake, who stole that one away. Well, Dalio took it away from himself, essentially, but he wants to best Shane Lake here tonight for second. Dalio looking for a second straight runner-up finish in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. The battle is on for that position as it's the white flag in the air for Zachary Fitzwater, 1 to go here in the AAA Missouri 600K at Gateway. And Shane Lake looking to gain as much as he can on Nathan Baird. Baird just gained a position on Chase Harris. That is for 7th. Baird starting to close back in on Shane Lake here on the racetrack. That's going to be pretty pivotal in the points. Dalio's going to try to take the second position away. Not going to be able to do it, I don't think. Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. His first win in almost 2 years in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and his 10th win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Zachary Fitzwater wins the AAA Missouri 600K at the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway.
Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater. Shane Lake getting P2. Once again, a very strong finish for that team. And Matt Dalio coming out of absolutely nowhere in the 75 to round out your top 3. Incredible race here at Gateway. And just like that, 2 races left until we crown a champion. It's going to get dicey.
It definitely will. And this is probably going to be one of the worst races of the chase. I mean, I wouldn't say this race was bad in any such way, but a little bit calm. Not going to be the case next weekend. We know that for sure. The Valvoline 400 at Daytona. And then, of course, the Mellow Yellow Southern 500 is always a wild race. Shane Lake is going to gain 5 points on Nathan Baird. Shane Lake will be 41 points behind heading into Daytona. As for other chase competitors, Silas Orta finished 35th. Alexander O finished 36th. And Ryan Arani finished 39th. Those guys will be at least 50 points behind. Shane Lake will most likely move up to 2nd in the points. Samit Ozkin in the 83. Let's see where he finished here tonight. I don't think he had a good run either. He finished 34th. Jesse Turner finished 28th. Mark Davidson in the 95 finished 33rd. If your name isn't Shane Lake or Nathan Baird, you had a bad night as a chase driver. That's just all there is to it. And it's definitely going to play out very, very interestingly next weekend at Daytona. Obviously a super speedway, but it's only 32 laps in tomorrow's race, or next weekend's race, I should say. And at this point, it's essentially going to be between Nathan Baird and Shane Lake. Baird did all he needed to do in this race. Finished 7th. And, I mean, Orta, Rowe, and Durrani, they all just dropped the ball here tonight. None of them had good runs in qualifying. They all fell way to the back of the field. And their odds of the championship, only unless Nathan Baird wrecks. I think if Nathan Baird wrecks finishes last next weekend at Daytona, then the championship could open up for Darlington. But Nathan Baird's going to have a very good opportunity at clinching the championship next weekend at Daytona here for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for the 2nd straight Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship. What do you think's going to happen next week, Trey? I mean, Shane Lake is really, at this point, the only guy who may have enough momentum to get to Nathan Baird in the points.
Well, it's Daytona. Like, basically, you go into a play track like Daytona or Talladega, especially in the chase, and it just throws all momentum out the window. I don't know. It's going to be absolutely insane. Like, you don't need any momentum to do well at Daytona. And especially with that being the penultimate race, I mean, like, it's going to be absolutely insane. It's very well that, like, one of them could get caught up in the big one, and then the other one, like, just scoots away with the possible championship. That would be, like, if Nathan Baird was the one that was scooting away with it in that case. But it's just going to be absolutely nuts. And then Darlington, that's going to be a very fun race. So I think Baird and Lake are going to go down swinging with each other till the very bitter end. So
it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it all goes down, because Shane Lake is a rookie this season. That's where Nathan Baird was in last year when he won the championship. But Nathan Baird looking to get a 2nd straight here, and he's had such a good run in these last few races in the number 16 machine. And it's going to be back-to-back champions if Nathan Baird can, in fact, pull it off. And the way things are looking right now, got a good shot at doing so, but it's not over yet. Still 2 races remain. We have ourselves the Valvoline 400 next Friday night at, I think, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Napa Fan. And then, the Sunday before Labor Day, we moved the schedule around a little bit. We are going to have ourselves the Mellow Yellow Southern 500 at noon Eastern Time, the Sunday before Labor Day. at Darlington, the finale race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, season number 9. Thank you guys so much for watching. Zachary Fitzwater has just won his 10th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, the first driver in any Napa Fan Series to win double-digit races in a series. Fitzwater has just done that here tonight. Congratulations to him. A huge win there for Beast Racing and Marty Johnson. And you take a look at the rest of the results right there. A lot of those chase drivers not getting good runs here tonight at Gateway. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations, Zachary Fitzwater. Here are the point standings heading into the penultimate race of the season in the Valvoline 400 at Daytona. And we will see you guys next week for that race tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, or somewhere around there. It's the Canadian Grand Prix in the Haas IndyCar Series. We got a really close battle going on in the championship over there. Nicholas Samedy is coming on Chase Harris. It's going to be fun to see how that all goes down tomorrow from Canadian Tire. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series after 28 races. And on behalf of Trey Wright, I will see you guys later.